Good morning everyone, welcome. Here we are, round back again, round the clock, round the world for another day. This is the 8 a.m, a few minutes to 8, got my cup of coffee, been out and about already this morning, taking the car, dropping it off for its MOT, dropped a big 5 litre, something like that, of paint up towards the clubhouse. Gates aren't open there yet, so I've had to stash it in a bush, and a feather duster because I'm going to have a walk up there. It's perhaps a couple of miles, have a walk over the fields, and I'm going to start painting the clubhouse. It's a bit like polishing a turd, if you excuse the analogy there. It's a bit ramshackled, it's a little falling down. The sides of the clubhouse look like something from the film Trainspotting, if any of you watched that way back in the 90s, I think. But we've got a cafe hatch there, so it deserves a bit of a spruce up. So I'm going to get painting. Luckily our club is black and white, our team colours are black and white striped, so I reckon on the walls that are looking a little bit, maybe got a little bit of mouldy stuff growing on it, then I'm going to paint them walls black. I'm just talking about, Maya, the state of our clubhouse for football, and how it's a little bit ramshackled, and I guess that painting it and trying to spruce it up is a little bit like polishing a turd. That's the best I could think of. Yeah, but if you are just coming in at that point, you're probably thinking, what, where, when? What phrasing is that? Morning Margaret, morning Chris, Sue and Maya. Gillian's just arrived. Vivian and Paul, morning, morning, morning. Maya's in, and Sheila's in as well. Right, and my mum's car's in the garage today as well, so I can't even get a lift up to the clubhouse. Right, are you, have you got sufficient caffeine on board? It does feel a little bit close today. The sun's starting to rise. Morning Red Rita. Yes, a rather pleasant start to the day. Morning Sandra, morning George. Yeah, you might have to go over that preamble to get the full story of that phrase. Morning Gillian. Right, it's 8 o'clock everybody. We need to get a get-go going. Morning Audrey as well. Here we are, 3, 2, 1. Morning, welcome. You're with me, Kelsey Leverton, for today's 8 a.m. This is where the day starts to get a bit better. Morning Sandra. So today it's Friday and it's the 16th today, and it's still 2024. It's still August as well, mind you. Shall we? Right, seated or standing, have a think what might be best for you today. Have a look around you if you're standing. What external support options have you got in your clear space, probably normal space that you're in? Legs down and apart a little bit at the feet to give for better balance and to give for better movement when we switch in from right side to left side on foot pedals and leg marches when we get there. Just get your ankles, feet and toes going at the minute and find your rhythm. Just get into this easy, simple move. If you're in seated, before you start foot pedaling, take a bit of a lift and a shift, a hip walking action. Maneuver yourself to the front of the seat. You can see there that most of the back of the thighs are off the chair, and you've got a bit more space around you to move, and especially when you get your arm swings in if you've got arms on your chair. Now, a bit of a stretchy point of the foot as you start to just pick those knees up a tiny bit higher, just enough to clear the floor with your big toe really, and just readjust your posture, lift and lengthen before bringing in arm swings, and that's a fixed elbow position there. Opposite arm to leg actioning with a bit of external support if you need it to support your confidence and your balance as well. So circulation boosting shouldn't challenge your balance, it should boost your circulation. Heart rate's lifting lightly. Breathing rate may have just increased a little bit. You're breathing a little bit deeper, a little bit wider and lower into your rib and your diaphragm. And there's more oxygen on board, and it's just moving around the body a bit faster now. Now take a pause with the legs. Legs should be feeling a little bit warmer now. And we'll just finish off with a flurry of arm swings. Maybe you can make those a little bit bigger. Always bigger rather than faster than your comfortable regular pace. And then take a pause there just before the shoulders start to fatigue. Now, a good stand base of support allows you to focus on the movement rather than your balance. So relax your arms best you can down by your side. Use a bit of external support if you need. And we've got a lift and a press through shoulders. When arms are moving, shoulders are in there as well, depending on the size and how big your arm movements are will be dependent on shoulder engagement as well. But the better the shoulders move, the better the arm move, the arms move all over. 4 or 5 of those, and then into shoulder circles, rolling the shoulders back. There's a lot going on in there. There's a little forwards, little forwards movement, but a very big up towards the ears and around the back, and a squeeze the shoulder blades together. Feel them draw in towards each other there. And your chest will really open there as well. It's a great feeling that, to iron out the creases and to get the muscles as well as the joints, your shoulder girdle, your shoulder joint, all moving there. And 4 or 5 don't take that long actually, do they? So if crowbarring in a move, that might be your choice of move. If you've got a stiff neck, tightness in the neck, shoulders will help loosen and warm the neck. So when you bring in some head turns, we're not starting from completely stiffened. We're starting from a warmed up sense, and we move better when we are warmed through. Pause in the middle here. We don't want this to challenge your balance or make your head a bit foggy or fuzzy. So turn slowly, track back, pause in the centre, and then over to the other side. You've got about 5 of these on each side. I've just read Scafell Pike. 3-peak challenge. Ooh. So that's Ben Nevis, Scafell and Snowdon, isn't it? My husband's doing one, but it's the 3 Hill challenge. No, it's just England. So I don't know what those 3 things are. Scafell's Lake District, I think, isn't it? I've been up 2 of them out of that 3. Right, chin tucking now. So use your fingertips to guide your chin. The chin's going towards the throat. into your voice box. My voice always changes a bit when I do this. So it's really tucking in to the throat. There we go. There's the funny voice, and relax. Lengthening up the back of the spine. Lengthening, restacking. Improving weight share of head going through the neck. Improving posture. Confidence and your balance can be impacted from where you hold your posture as well, and how you hold your posture. All of those good things. And we feel the neck, a typical place where we can hold a bit of tension. That irons itself out a little bit. Right. A second round of circulation boosting if you would like. Hold your hands, hands, fingertips on external support, and we're reaching and a rowing. That can be both arms together. If you're all right to come away from using external support. Trunking, twisting, trunk twist, but a bit more fluid moving trunk twisting action than we do when we actually get to trunk twists. The trunk and the back can have some stiffness, tightness in it. If we get it moving better, we feel a bit looser. Everything moves better. This is like the body's WD-40 for the morning. There we go. Take a pause there. Arms down by your side unless you need access to external support, and into a side tilt, a side bend, where we let the rib cage come down and sit on top of the hip there. That side lengthens. You've got a bit of a stretch pull sensation there. If you're in seated, your focus is, you can come a bit wider with the feet, but just to keep your hips secure so that you feel steady in your seated position. Oh. This one always gets me. Really feeling that in around the hip and through the side of your body. Top half, just trying to stay best it can in a tight line with your legs, or even with the chair legs as you lean down towards the floor. There we go. Right, trunk turning. Now, if you know that your hips tend to move and your foot rolls and your knee turns in as you twist, take yourself just back, find something just to prop yourself up against, up tall, and whether you're freestanding, seated, or you've just propped yourself up against something, take a twist. Now your arms can just move freely around, but make sure that your shoulders aren't being pulled. This is a focus just on trunk rotation rather than reaching the arms around and back. If you've got external support into you, track across, and then that second arm might come away. Track across, stand tall and glance over your shoulder. You can incorporate a bit of a glance over your shoulder after you've moved the trunk as well. 4 or 5 on each side. Back extension with me. Lift tall, really tall. Just check your chin tuck is in place, your neck feels long, and you can take your shoulders just that little bit further back than usual. And that's without kind of pushing the hips forwards. It's more of an upwards lift and a backwards bend through the spine. And in seated, again, focus on the upwards lift and the arching of the back rather than a hinge at your hips. That angle with your hips there should stay the same. rather than opening out the angle. That's ever so hard as well. That's hard going, that is, on your back. There we go. All right, are we ready? A bit funky feet, fidgety feet actions. Into your foot pedals. Do a few of all of these options. Toe taps, toe lifts, maybe some toe tucks and toe crunches, drawing the toes under. You'll feel your arch of your instep pick up there. And here's your options in seated. You can go all the way back. Bit of support for your posture there. Point and pull back. Very specific point. Open the top of the foot and pull back, bend into the ankle. Biggest and best movement there. Seated front of the chair, here's your option. Just a toe tap there and a heel dig. Just a small lift up of the knee. Same spot for the tootsie, same spot for the heel. And that's the same in standing as well. But there could be a balance challenge in standing, which we don't want. So make sure you're standing really strong over your underneath leg. Maybe a bit of access to external support. And there's your toe tap, same spot, heel dig. 4 or 5 of those, probably 5 on each side. Okay, and there be your 8 AM. Cheers everyone. Right, thanks for joining me. Lovely to have your company. 13 into this morning. Probably a few more catcher-uppers as well. Enjoy your day, whether that be getting super busy or just taking your foot off the gas a little bit. If you've got time, crowbar in the 12 noon. I'll see you from the clubhouse today, actually. I'll take my tripod up there and I'll see you for the 12 noon from there, and then you'll have Bex for the 4 PM today. Bye for now. Enjoy your next cuppa.